This lab there is a username enumeration vulnerability, and it's also subject to password brute force attacks. Anyhow, to solve the lab, we have to enumerate a valid username. After we identify a valid username, we are going to use the password. So let me access the lab. So that's the link of the lab. If I go to my account and I try something like username, password, I can see here that the username is invalid. Okay, so invalid username, it's quite explicit message. Okay, it's the username that is wrong. Don't give these kind of messages. Okay, so let me go to the history. Let's find the post request. Okay, that it's targeting the login endpoint. Let's have a look at it with the manual request editor. So you see the endpoint is the login, it's a post verb, so there is a body, and in the body we are providing the parameter we specified. Okay, now we want to change this value, right? So if you have only a single value that you want to fuzz with the OWASP ZAP, the easiest way is highlight the portion you want to replace, right click, fuzz. And this will already populate the fuzz location. Okay? Now for every fuzz location you have, you can specify a payload. Add it. Now you can either put all the strings here, or if you have a file, you can point to the file. Okay, now we add a list of strings that was here. Okay, so someone said us these are the username that makes sense to try. How they come up with this list of username? I don't know. OS Intelligence, okay, open source intelligence, or maybe these are common username, or maybe common username for the organization we are attacking. So copy here, and then if you start the fuzzer, you see that all these requests are processed. Now, what can do the difference is maybe the side's body, I guess, because there was a message in the body. So try to sort them and check in one extreme or the other. Okay, maybe this seems to be all the same. Yeah, this is different. Okay, this has 2 extra char. Let's verify it. Now if I take the login and I put announce and then a password, I get the incorrect password message. Okay, so this confirm. Announce, it's a proper username. What we have to do at this point, let's focus just on this username. Let's try to attack this username. We need a password list. We have one, okay, someone provided us with a password list. So let's use it, okay? So again, the easiest way is that you first set up the request. So announce, and then here I will put password. Then I'm going to take from the history, I need this post request here. And then I'm going to open in resend request editor. Now this I want to keep fixed, and then I want to change just this. So the easiest way, if you have a single value to fuzz, is highlight the portion you want to replace, right click, fuzz. This will automatically populate these fuzz locations. Just add the payload. Let's keep a list of strings, and the list of string someone provided us. Okay, it's also not very long, so this will be really fast. Add, okay, and start the fuzzer. Now he will do blah blah blah. Okay, again, what you should look on this history is differences. Okay, So if the password is wrong, we expect more or less to have the same page, the same size of the body, the same size of the header, same status code. I see that there is one that it's really different. Okay, the body is empty and actually the status code is a redirect. Okay, it's 300 something. Okay, good. So this is likely the password, the correct password. You can verify because, yeah, you have the found status code that redirect to the my account endpoint. Good. So let's verify. If I go here and I use the username announce and the password abc123, I'm in. Okay, and the lab is solved. Can we crack the password? And they also provide us with this cookie. Okay, so let me save this in a file, and then we want to crack it. Okay, how can we crack an MD5? Hashcat. Then we need to say the kind of attack. I'm going to use a word list. A0. Then I have to say the format of the hash. It's MD5. And then I have to specify the hash, the file that contains the hash I'm interested in cracking. I said hash. And we need the word list. Let's use ROQ, okay? Now this may take some time, but not too much. You know, actually for this hash that are not even salted, you can do also another thing, okay? Just look for a rainbow table. Where you find this kind of rainbow tables? Crack station, for example. Let's see, crack station. Yeah, you see. So this is a big database of known hash. So it's sufficient to just copy the hash value here. Prove that you are not a robot. Yeah, by the way, in the meantime, you see that we cracked it, okay? So it's once upon a time. Good. Not a really good password, but it's their choice, okay? You don't even need to run this stuff. If it's just MD5 and this hash appears already in some of this rainbow table, it's just sufficient to click here, crack hashes. You see, it was really fast because it's not that they are cracking now. They are just taking it from a rainbow table and saying, yeah, it's once upon a time. Period, okay? Where this rainbow table comes, I don't know, maybe they take the ROQ file, they compute the MD5 for all of those passwords, for all of those words, and then they have just to look for this string in the rainbow table. It's one tool to identify hashes, okay? Hash identifier. You just provide the hash you want to identify, and he will do his best to find what makes sense. To solve this lab, buy lightweight leather jacket. So we know that user input is not properly validated. That's good. And then what is our task? To buy this product. So let's find this product. It's this one. Okay, yeah, it's a bit expensive. Let's see how much money we have. So let's log in. Here it's claimed that we can use Wiener Peter. We have only 100, okay? Good. That's not enough, right? So let's see what happened. View. Here we can choose how many. Let's click add. Let's have a look at the cart. Okay, and now I guess if we are going to place the order, this will tell us not enough store credit for this purchase. So we should see if there is really a validation vulnerability. Okay, now where this can be, it can also be here, but this we have to understand looking at the request. So let's go to the history. So here it's the post to do the checkout, and the request you see that doesn't provide anything. Okay, so we don't transmit any parameter with this. Okay, so here there is nothing we can do. How we reached this state? We did another post request at some point to add the product to the cart, and here there is something strange. Okay, so we, the client, provide to the backend, the server, the product ID that we want to add. That's fine. We provide the quantity. That's fine. But we are also suggesting the price. Okay, that's really strange, to be honest. Okay, so let's see what happens if we provide a strange value here. Okay, so this is also likely in sense, right? So let's open this with request editor. Let's try to put it for less, and let's send it. It's 200, so let's see what happened to our basket here. So now we have 2 products, so it was added, and actually the price, it's just 7. Okay, so maybe I'm getting 2. Okay, now I want only 1. Okay, so let me remove. Yeah, now it's strange because this becomes already this. That's fine. Okay, so let's remove everything. Let's repeat the request, guys. Okay, we don't want 2 of this. Okay, we only want 1. Okay, maybe if we buy 2, they will discover us. So let me add just 1, $7, and let's place the order. Yeah, your order is on its way. We paid only 7. Okay, so you see, it was a really maybe small mistakes that was done in some previous functionality of the system, and then we use in another portion of the application. We have the credential of Carlos Montoya, but there is the second factor that protects the guy. So if we try simply to enter here Carlos Montoya, we are asked for a pin here, and we don't have this pin, right? So if I put anything, this will not work. Okay, now where this pin is sent, if you look here, there is a button that usually was not there, right? So what is this email client? It's essentially the email client of Wiener, you see? This is our email client. Okay, suppose this is our Gmail. So if we authenticate as Wiener Peter, here it's asked for this pin. Where we are going to receive this pin? We are going to receive in our email. Okay, so if you put this, you can log in. Okay, now we are logged in as Wiener. Okay, now we would like to log in as Carlos Montoya. The problem is this pin, it's going to be sent to the email account of Carlos Montoya, and we don't have access to that account. So what you can try to do, try to understand what's the flow that is followed by this authentication protocol. So maybe it starts from here. Let's see. When you put your username and password, the response, it's a redirect to login to. So let's see what this login to does. So you're going to do a get request to this. You get some answer that essentially it's asking for the please enter your 4-digit blah blah blah. Now if you have this, at some point we did the post request providing the correct pin for our user, and the response was sending us to my account. Okay, and then we were getting our data. So what can you try to do? Let's try to skip some step, okay, to see if this second factor is really used or not. So let's log out. Let's log in this time as Carlos Montoya. Now this means that Carlos Montoya received an email. We cannot read that email, but we can try to skip here directly to my account and see if we are in as Carlos Montoya. Okay, so here the implementation of this two-factor authentication is obviously improperly done. Username enumeration via account lock. Okay, yeah, maybe we should understand which one of these guys is the correct one. So actually let me take the post request and let's start to manipulate this. What I want to change is this. Okay, so I'm going to fudge this. For the password, you need a wrong password. Okay, now bar, it's likely to be a wrong password. If you really want to be sure to have a wrong password, generate one that is for sure wrong. Yeah, let me copy this one. Let me send this one. Okay, that's really unlikely to be a correct password. Okay, because it's really unlikely that this string has been ever generated before than this moment. Okay, and then I'm going to fudge this element. Fudge. Let's add the payload. Where was the payload? Here. Add strings. And let's click OK. Now we have to trigger this multiple times, okay? So let's take this, right click, no. So let me highlight this guy. I want to add this here, and then I want to repeat this several times. Okay, to see if we trigger the lock. Okay, yeah, actually you can do with any portion of the request. Okay, just repeat the same value several times. Let's start the fuzzer and let's see what happens. So if we order by sides of the body, this is 3049, and let's see on the other side. Yeah, that's different sides. Okay, so if we look at this request as this response, you have made too many incorrect login attempts. Please try again in 1 minute. Who is this guy? It's the app. Okay, it's the app username combined with the password we have. After some attempts we have been locked. Okay, good. So now we know that the username is app. Next step, target this username and try to derive the password. So I put the username and then fuzzed for the password using the password list they provide. Apparently the lock is fake. It's just a message. Maybe this is done on purpose just to not wait this time. Okay, because actually I was thinking, yeah, but now after 4 attempts I will be locked, which means you must slow down the fuzzer. But apparently if you start the fuzzer, you see that there is one message that it's really different from the others. Okay, so now this have some length and this other guy has a different length. But now in a more realistic locking system, the next step that you should do is to wait for the account to be unlocked. After that, do just one attempt every 15 seconds, for example. This will be 4 password attempts per minute. you will not lock the account, and maybe if you leave overnight, you will have the password of the user, of that username, okay?